Today I want to talk about decision making and changing your mind. Lots to say about this. In my program, Ready for Change, we spend quite a bit of time talking about decisions because so many of us believe we don't know how to make a good decision. So many of us have been told you don't make good decisions. So many of us look back over our lives and conclude that because things didn't work out, we don't know how to make good decisions. And as a result, we are stagnated in conditions and life situations that don't serve us anymore and that we want to change. But we're so afraid to make the wrong decision that we are paralyzed. I've experienced that. I mean, my gosh, I still have to deal with that on a regular basis. So believe me, I understand. I have total compassion for you and myself because I know the programming that I'm always trying to dismantle and reprogram and recreate in a way that's lighter, more fun, less intense, less heavy, and more supportive of who I am and my inner capacity to gather all the information that I have and make the best decision that I can in that moment. In the new design model, though, we are all about changing our mind. Let's take a look at this. In the old design model, if you changed your mind, that was a problem. You were a problem. Why did you change your mind? You went through all of this, you learned all of this, you made this decision, and now you change your mind. In the old design model, you made a decision, you had to stick with it. What's the saying? You made your bed, now lie in it. Really? Wow, okay, doesn't work for me anymore. Maybe it doesn't work for you. Because in the old design model, if the bed is really uncomfortable and we were told to lay in it no matter what, that doesn't necessarily serve our highest good. In the old design model, there's such heaviness, such weight put on making a decision that so many of us just have been paralyzed by a lighter experience when it comes to making a decision. I remember when I was waitressing, and at this restaurant you could have French fries or tater tots. And I can remember almost all the time when I had to ask that question, French fries or tater tots, people would hesitate and be filled with such angst over how a potato is prepared. I used to say, I wanted to say, hey, this is not, do you want to be buried or cremated? This is just, do you want a French fry or do you want a little ball of the potato, right? So you can see how in the most innocent ways, making a choice can be really difficult. Then you go down like the shampoo aisle and you just go, really? I just want to wash my hair. Like 1,000 choices for a shampoo. Choice can be overrated. Sometimes having too many choices doesn't really help us. There's a simplicity in just a few options versus having so many choices. In the new design for living, though, no matter which is true, we value changing our minds. In fact, in the new design model, changing your mind is a skill. Because in the new design model, we understand we are living in the experiment. We are living in the laboratory of life. It is happening in real time. Information is constantly flowing. As a result, we have different opinions, perspectives, and positions today than maybe we had last year, last month, maybe yesterday. And so we give ourselves permission because we understand we're living in real time. Things are changing at a fast speed. When you're getting new information all the time, you suffer if you stay fixated in a position, in a decision that is yearning to be reconsidered. You suffer when you don't give yourself permission to change your mind or change your heart about something when everything in you and around you says that's exactly what you have to do. I mean, that's the other phrase. She had a change of heart. One day you're thinking this way about it, another day you're thinking this way about it. And that's what's going on right now. People are re-examining everything. People are reconsidering everything. Everything is under the microscope. We are changing our minds about everything. How exciting is that? We are not willing to do things out of duty and obligation anymore. We choose to do things because we choose to. No longer bound by I have to. We try to live a life more from I want to, I choose to. In the new design model, we change our minds. You know, I thought this way about this world topic. However, as a result of awakening and coming to my own realizations about what I really value and what's really true for me, I have a completely different opinion about that. We have to give ourselves, well, you don't have to do anything. In the new design model, we give ourselves permission to change our mind. And we stand really strong in that. People say, oh, yeah, but last time I knew you thought this way about it. We say, yeah, that's true. However, today, I feel this way about it. However, today, I give myself permission to change my mind, to think differently about things because I am changing, because we're in a time of massive change. Nothing is steady yet. Everything is liquid. Everything is moving, and I'm going to move with it. People who are clinging to the old way, they're suffering. Why do you think we all said in the beginning of 2020, after this thing happened, when are we going back to normal? Because normal is what we knew. And we want to know because knowing is valued. Knowing creates a sense of security and certainty. But that has not prepared us for change. That has not prepared us for being alive during a time of revolutionary, exciting change in which we are coming together and saying, this isn't working anymore. Let's design something that does. So in the new design model, changing your mind is seen as a skill and as a strength and as an asset. And in the old design model, it's not. You change your mind in the old design model, it's seen as a weakness. What do you mean you're changing your mind? I thought you thought this way, right? There was a real value in making a decision, living with that decision, and keep going, even though you have moments where you go, I don't want to do this anymore. People stayed in relationships. They stayed in jobs. They stayed on an educational path because they had made a decision and they felt like they couldn't change it. That's not the way it is anymore. We recognize that we are in a time-sensitive situation. We recognize today at any given moment, we could be gone or our loved ones can be gone. That's the beauty of death. It takes the microscope of life and it makes it laser clear. That's why over the last 2 years, we have become very conscious of the bullshit that we are no longer willing to put up with. And we want to live a more simple, more connected, a more cleaner life. That's the beauty of change. We would not have this information if we didn't have the contrast that we've been dealing with. If you look at everything from a perspective of a gift, because it gives you contrast, it helps you understand what you want because you're living in something that you don't want. I don't want to be in a relationship like this anymore. I don't want to be treated like this anymore. I want to be more free in changing my mind. All of these things are the building blocks that are a part of the new design for living. So if you've been in a situation and you felt trapped, you have felt trapped, and you can see now because you're watching this, how your mind has convinced you that you can't change your mind. I want to give you permission to reconsider that. If your heart is suddenly like vibrating because of what we're talking about today, and it's saying to you, you see, remember how excited you felt when I showed you that thing that we should just go do or be, or say yes to that. Recognize that that's your GPS, your internal guidance system, showing you that by changing your mind, by having a change of heart, you're going to put yourself in more alignment with the truth of who you are today. Does it take guts and courage to end things? Yes, I have ended relationships and relationships have ended on me. Very sensitive time. That's a whole nother thing that we'll talk about. We haven't been taught how to do endings, so they can be extremely painful. In the old design model, I was taught if something is broken, plug it in one more time. Plug it in again. I'm sure you'll get one more use from it, right? In the new design model, we don't do that anymore. If something is broken, we give thanks for what it's done, for the time that it's done it. But we give ourselves permission to begin again, to start anew, to let go, to change our mind, to have a change of heart. So think about that. What area of your life is asking you to change your mind? Just sit in that. What would it be like if you changed your mind? Not from your mind's perspective, but from your heart's perspective. How would you feel if you changed your mind about whatever it is that's coming up for you right now? How would it feel if you allowed yourself to change your opinion, change your perspective, change your decision, have a change of heart? And if the answer is, I'd feel lighter, I'd feel better, then that's a sign. That's a preview of what is seeking to emerge through you when you say yes. Thanks for saying yes to watching this video. It's so great hanging out with you and sharing all of this with you. Thank you for putting your comments in the comments section. I read them, and I look forward to hanging out with you again as we continue to discover the new design for living.